A tiny ball of fluff, barely bigger than a teacup, trembled in the overgrown grass. His eyes, wide and emerald green, darted nervously around. He was alone. His mother, a sleek tortoiseshell cat, was nowhere in sight. He'd been napping under a bush, and when he awoke, she was gone. A tiny mew escaped his throat, a sound lost in the rustle of leaves and the chirp of crickets. He was cold, and his belly rumbled with hunger. He stumbled to his feet, his wobbly legs struggling to support his weight. The world was a vast and confusing place, full of towering shadows and strange, unfamiliar scents. He took a tentative step forward, then another, his tiny paws patting softly on the damp earth. He was searching, instinctively, for the comforting warmth of his mother's fur, the familiar rhythm of her purr. He called out again, a desperate, high-pitched cry that echoed through the stillness of the evening. A large shadow fell across him, and he froze, fear clenching his tiny heart. But it wasn't a predator. It was a little girl, no older than 7, with bright, curious eyes. She knelt beside him, her face filled with concern. "Oh, you poor little thing," she whispered, gently scooping him into her arms. He nestled into her embrace, the warmth of her body a welcome comfort. She carried him home, to a cozy house filled with the comforting scent of warm milk and cookies. He was fed a small saucer of cream, and then curled up in a soft basket lined with a fluffy blanket. He felt safe, loved, and cared for. He knew he would miss his mother, but he also knew he had found a new home, a new family. He drifted off to sleep, the soft purr of the little girl's cat, a gentle lullaby. The next morning, the little girl named him Pip. Pip spent his days exploring his new home, playing with yarn balls and chasing dust bunnies. He still sometimes looked out the window, hoping to catch a glimpse of his mother, but he knew, deep down, that he was loved and cherished. He had found his place in the world, a warm and loving place, far from